AMT has been around for over 123 years.
There's so much happening at IMTS. It's a massive structure, and it fills up every square inch of McCormick in Chicago.
Lower costs, increase sales, increase market access, deliver industry intelligence.
We're excited to be here today with AMT.
Thanks for having us.
In the house. Yes, that's right.
Jinx.
It's the Association of Manufacturing Technology. Kat, would you, either one of you, like to introduce AMT? Tell us kind of what it is.
Sure. So AMT has been around for over 123 years. In the early days, we really focused on the machine tools that you think of when you think of the iconic World War II visuals like Rosie the Riveter and, all those lathes and mills, all that manual machinery that we use to power us through this huge, global incident. And before and after, over the last 123 years, we've really started to broaden our definition of manufacturing technology to include not just those traditional manual machine tools, but a lot of the really forward digital and software-based technologies, automation, robotics, digital twin, additive manufacturing. And at this point, we have about 1,100 corporate members across the U.S. So we are here in year 123, just representing their interests, trying to lower costs, increase sales, increase market access, deliver industry intelligence. And the way that we do that most know best is probably IMTS, the International Manufacturing Technology Show. But we have a host of other benefits that we deliver to members 365 every year. Yeah.
Cool.
Keeps us busy.
No kidding. I think that's where we met, Mike.
Yes.
IMTS.
The very first time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Super
It seems
good.
like it was just yesterday, but man,
Right?
it flies by because it's every 2 years, as you know, but it
Right.
seems like it's every year.
Yeah. You recently had like a pivot from something to AMT.
I did.
So
Yeah.
so that's cool. So how do you fit into
So
AMT now?
my background originally was with manufacturing. I used to sell machine tools, and then after that, I got involved in the publishing side of things and had been partners with AMT for about 21 years. And then finally, it just made sense to make the change and come aboard and kind of help out. So it's been about 3 months now. So
Awesome.
It hasn't been that long. So last
Okay.
time we saw you was at another show on the magazine side. So it's nice to see you in this capacity.
Yeah. Yeah. No, AMT is great. And IMTS is so cool. Like I've only been to one because it is every 2 years. And as regular listeners will know and new listeners can find out, like I grew up in SCT, but then was doing my own thing and re-engaged with SCT when the time was right. So it's only been a couple of years that I've been back. So I've been to one IMTS and it's awesome.
It is pretty cool.
So big, like having gone like on the trade show circuit to some of these other shows, which are unique and amazing, and you make these awesome connections, but then to be blown away by the sheer size of IMTS.
It's massive.
It is massive. And technology galore.
It's a playground for an engineer or anybody with just an interest in how things get made. One thing that we do at IMTS that I think is really special is the SmartForce Student Summit, where we actually are encouraging thousands of young people at the show every 2 years to actually put their hands on some of this technology, to operate robots, to program CNC machines, to do coding and CAD/CAM projects, to run 3D printers. And it's absolutely amazing to watch their eyes literally light up. There was one time in 2022, so I've been going to IMTS since 2008. There was one time in 2022 that I can't believe this happened, like an 8th grader who are very cool, like they're too cool for any field trip that they're on.
Right.
There were these couple of 8th graders that were among the, I think, 12,000-ish students that came to the show that year, who turned to another 8th grader who's also way too cool for anything. And he said, "I feel really important here."
Aww.
And I
Wow.
I melted, I got back up, and he was gone. And I was like, "No, come back. Let's get you on camera saying that," because that is totally the goal, is to make them feel important, to make them understand that there are pathways to financial independence, interesting, exciting careers with tons of growth that they otherwise just may have no idea about.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of the heart of IMTS. But there is some cool
I love
stuff
that.
there.
That's super cool.
Elsewhere.
That's a great story. And I imagine like it's that spark, right? It's that spark of imagination. And then for those kids who are like, oh, I'm a math nerd, or I'm a science nerd, or I'm a robotics nerd, or they don't feel like they fit. Like that's what a gift to be able to give that student.
We do. We kind of call it our gift to the city of Chicago. It's been the home of IMTS for decades, but it's also our gift to the industry because this is our investment in the next generation, because someone's going to have to run these companies in 5, 10, 15, 25, 50 years.
Yeah.
And when we were at IMTS last year, we had several groups of kids come through from high school and even college. And, there's 4 or 5 kids in a group, and they'd stop by the booth and they'd all have questions. They'd want to scan the barcode to know, I guess it logs that they've been to SCT's booth. And it was fun. They were curious, and they knew a little more than I thought they would. You think like they're just kids. They don't know. They knew what the different tools that we had did, and they knew the right questions to ask. And it was fun to kind of just sit there and talk to them.
We had about 5,000 university and college students in 2024, and then another 9,000 or so high school and middle school students, and a smattering of elementary school kids too, which is really fun.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And it's been extra satisfying to watch IMTS exhibitors' perspective shift over the years. Because I hate to say it, but at my first student summit in 2008, exhibitors didn't want a swarm of students coming through. They kind of shooed them away or tried to kind of ricochet them off to their neighbors and let them buzz through there. But now, exhibitors like SCT are welcoming students into their booths to say, let me show you what we do. Let me tell you about some of the careers, what's possible at our company and how it fits into the world you're living in. And that's what it's all about.
I actually had little boxes of crayons made with our logo and some like coloring sheets. Yeah, of some of the machines and tools at our facility, just for those elementary and little kids that come. Yeah, because there are. And like, you see the family coming with the stroller. And you're like, oh, crayon alert. I have someone to give crayons to. So yeah, it's neat that it spans so many generations. And for those like older people also, I remember a couple of older gentlemen stopped by, and they were just like a wealth of knowledge in this treasure trove. And it was really interesting to talk to them. And speaking of like technology and manufacturing technology, just to think about how much that's changed from, like you mentioned, Kat, the manual grinders, and now we're working with completely lights out manufacturing and robots and cobots, and it's just totally different.
Yeah. And we've adapted as well on the IMTS side. So one piece of IMTS trivia is that we've only had to cancel the show twice. Once was during World War II, which is a very fair reason to have to scrap something. And the second time was in 2020. Because we were simply not gathering in large numbers. And a concept that we had been considering for some time had the burner turned up to 11 at that point, and that was IMTS Plus, which is our digital media platform. Original video series, original articles. We have a fantastic team of writers. And some podcast appearances as well. So kind of a 360 media hub that is available, again, all year, every day of the year, because IMTS is once every 24 months. But the platform, the space that we create to connect buyers and sellers, that should be digital year round. And IMTS Plus has become our avenue to do that.
Is Passport part of that program?
Passport is a separate product that was introduced in 2012 or 2014 as a tool, not just for IMTS, but some of our partner shows.
Okay.
As a means for lead generation and communicating with attendees and visitors at shows. So IMTS is one product that it touches, but it goes beyond.
Got it. So we did the Passport program with this last show. And we had just done a new corporate profile video, and I happened to be the one that like opens the video. It's like me talking. And we sent that out, I think the Monday morning of IMTS, like it had just started. And so we like blasted out to all of our people, and it's this brand new video, and we're all really nervous. Like we were just kind of dipping our toe into the waters of video content. And so I'm at the booth and, I wonder how the video is going to be received. And so this guy comes trucking down the aisle, stops mid-aisle, looks at me, actually points at me and goes, "I just saw you on a video." And I went, I guess it's working.
That's awesome.
Wait, I feel like a movie star, like that 8th grader, like, oh, wow, yes, I did just do a video.
Did you sign an autograph?
All right, I wish. No, I mean, gosh. Yeah, no, but that was a really effective way. I like how even on the marketing side, like IMTS, it feels collaborative.
Mm-hmm.
Even the passport, like, is it lead gen? Okay, yeah, it is. But it feels really collaborative, having been on both the sending and receiving side of some of those passport emails. It's informational, it's relevant, it's targeted to the customer that actually wants to hear about the product that they're being told about. So I think it lands really well.
And it's a subscription service, something that I think a surprising number of passport subscribers don't realize is that it's available to them long after IMTS.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So they'll use the platform to communicate with targeted audience members for maybe the week or two, maybe the month or two after the show, and then they'll kind of get back in the groove of a non-IMTS year, just using HubSpot or Constant Contact, however their marketing channels are. But in most cases, they have access to Passport and those thousands of contacts for months and months after. So it's meant to be a long-term engagement strategy.
And it's important to mention that because IMTS is 6 days. People need information and beyond those 6 days. And people don't just purchase equipment during those 6 days. So it's very important, to your point, to make sure that you're using that on a regular basis before and after the show, leading up, and just to make sure you're constantly having contact with these people that probably need your information when they're ready to consume it. It's very important for them to be able to have it.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, I liked that you could scan someone's badge and then just put notes right in there. And it keeps the notes so that hey, this guy was interested in this kind of tool, or he wanted a catalog or whatever it was, right? It makes it really easy to follow up with people.
IMTS had 86,000 some attendees, visitors, exhibitors in 2024. So we have to make sure that we're delivering tools that allow people to maximize their time to the most, because it's a marathon. Like your feet feel it, your brain feels it. Anything that we can deliver to simplify a little bit is so important.
Very true. I think the biggest advice you always hear from anybody at the first IMTS is wear comfortable shoes.
Yep.
So you're absolutely
Because your feet
right.
will still hurt.
Oh, absolutely.
But they'll hurt more if you wear uncomfortable shoes.
I learned that lesson several times. I don't know why
Me
it
too.
took.
I didn't wear comfortable shoes the first time. I was like,
No.
this was a bad
Bad
idea.
idea.
I
This was
should
a
have
bad
brought my
move.
comfy ones.
Yep.
Yeah, and start
Do it.
if you buy new ones, start
Break 'em
breaking
in.
them
Break
in
'em
in
in.
like June.
Yes.
So they're perfect by September.
Yeah. I like how you guys set up just the initial impression of walking in, and you have the carpets that has all the different tracks. Like this carpet, follow this carpet to this area, follow this carpet to that building and that building. And you just kind of walk down, and then it branches off when you need to move toward that building, and it walks you right to it.
Yeah,
I
because
thought that was really
all
cool.
the sections, like obviously we're in like we're in metal cutting, right?
So there's the west building, north, south, and then the east building.
Yeah.
And for those of you who have never been, it can be overwhelming. I mean, it's a massive structure, and it fills up every square inch of McCormick in Chicago. So to your observation, it's very important for somebody who maybe is their first time or second time for us to be able to lead them to, hey, here's where the cutting tools are. Hey, here's where the machine tools are. Here's where software may be. People that have been going for years take it for granted, but it can be overwhelming if you're walking in for the first time.
Yeah, and it was my first time.
Okay.
And I also downloaded the IMTS app, which was nice, because then you can, before you even go, you can log, okay, I want to see this person, this person, this person, and then you look it up. Okay, what building are they in? You follow the track, and you get there, and it's easy to find where their booth is and who you need to follow up with, who's in that area.
There's
So
some
it made it
very
really easy.
cool things being added to the app this year for 2020 or next year, excuse me, for 26 that I'm not at liberty to talk about just
Mike,
yet.
you're breaking our heart.
I don't know
But
about
it's,
these things either.
It's
What
going to
are
make
they?
the
Tell us.
IMTS experience even better with that app.
Oh,
It's
I'm
really,
excited.
really cool.
All right.
So
I'm
make sure
gonna
you
have
definitely check that out.
All right, good hook there. Good hook. Okay, so Mike, so what would you say? So your career started in manufacturing and then went through publishing and then now you're with AMT. So you've been a doer, right? And now you're like the facilitator, if I could use those words. So what advice would you give someone who's maybe a new job shop or maybe a little bit of a seasoned machinist to not get stuck looking at the shiny pretties and that sense of overwhelm, but really like suck the marrow out of IMTS? How do they evaluate what they really need and what they should invest in and not get distracted?
So I think it's really important that you determine what your needs are before you go, because there's so much happening at IMTS. I mean, there's the student workforce, there's the conference programs that go on. I mean, there's AMT or IMTS has 69 of their own conferences, then there's other conferences. So you can very easily get lost in everything that's going on. So kind of, as I always say, plan your work and work your plan. What is it that you want to accomplish? And then I always suggest to people, leave yourself at least a half a day, if not a whole day, to get lost. Just meander the halls, go check out cool stuff. But start with your list first. I want to go see X, Y, and Z, or maybe I want to learn about new technology, so I want to attend this conference. There's going to be a lot with AI this year. How can that be applied? So, kind of what is your intent to go there? If it's, maybe it's just to look at new product, then go see those people first. But definitely leave some time to check it out, because you will miss some pretty cool stuff if you don't.
It's good advice.
Thank you.
Because there is a lot of eye-catching,
Right.
cars up in the air,
Absolutely.
and
Yes.
robots doing this and
Yep.
walking, and
Boxing
it's
robots.
easy to get to stop and just be in awe. But then you're like, I'd never use that. I don't
No.
need that. This is wasting my time.
And then it's lunchtime, and then you're,
Yes.
and it's like, oh my God, so much to do.
Yes.